Well, Tommy Fury wins by split decision. I have no idea how it was split, by the way. But I guess it would have been majority decision, maybe even unanimous decision if it wasn't for the knockdown late in the fight. Didn't like how the ref handled this fight, by the way, but whatever. But that aside, Tommy Fury clearly won this fight. Like he was clearly outboxing Jake. Jake was looking for that one quitter hitter, would occasionally hit it, and what happened? Well, we found out that the power, quote unquote, of Jake Paul it isn't all that really, right? Because he couldn't even knock out Tommy Fury. Like, what would have happened if he was in there with a fucking killer? Like, if they put him in there with a top 10 dude, he would get annihilated. They would laugh at his punches, right? Oh, but the power. Oh, he's got real power. And oh, Jake Paul, he's the future. Oh, Jake Paul. His resume is legit. Who did Canelo fight in his first 5 fights? And yeah, well, Canelo was not being considered to be put in the rankings after his first 5 fights. Okay, he was a teenager in Mexico just fighting to make a living. It's not a good equivalent, okay? So we had Tim Bradley over here. We had some channels over here, like just always bringing up Jake Paul, defending Jake Paul no matter what, trying to legitimize Jake Paul, whatever, okay? This dude didn't know what to do with the jab in his face to save his life. He looked confused, right? The one stiff MMA dude, okay? Askren, who worst striker in MMA history, right? Didn't know what a fucking jab was, never threw one, okay? Didn't know what to do with little simple moves that if you know how to box, you would know what to do, but he didn't know what to do. Like, those are the type of guys he was fighting. Woodley, just a stiff MMA guy who had already been knocked out in the octagon. His best days were behind him. And then Silva was almost 50 years old, and that fight looked fishy, right? But whatever, okay? It was nowhere near an ocean, but I smelled fish. I'm just saying, okay? So they put him in there with a novice, the type of guy you guys were mocking, right? Oh, so what if he fought a gamer and a basketball player that literally don't know how to box, and an Askren who doesn't know how to box at all, a stiff wrestler like Woodley, and an old man like fucking Silva. Look at that's terrible. And you try to legitimize it by mocking journeyman boxers that are maybe 5-5 and nobody knows who they are. Maybe they have a losing record, but they go in there and they give some up-and-comers work. Instead, you wanted to mock fighters like that to big up Jake Paul's opponents. You wanted to bring up names like Canelo, and who did Canelo fight in his first 5 fights? When Canelo was just a teenager, just trying to make a living, trying to feed his family when he started boxing. All right? But we had the Tim Bradleys out there. We had channels out here trying to legitimize this dude. Okay? Fuck that shit. All right? He literally never fought a boxer. This is the first boxer he ever fought. And all the mocking, oh, but look at the combined record. Wow, he was clearly more prepared than Jake Paul because he clearly outboxed him. Okay? And Tommy's not even that good. And you guys were ready to anoint this dude if he beat Tommy Fury. All right? Now, granted, even I said, look, if he could beat Tommy Fury, that would definitely be his most impressive win. Why? Because he's better. We clear to see that. You guys can't say shit now because he beat him. He outboxed him. So you see it now. You cannot argue with me. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Stop the cap. Just stop the cap already. Take the fucking cap off and just stop the cap. I'm done with it. Okay? We saw a novice boxer beat up on a terrible novice boxer. We had dudes out here making up stories, and oh, he's beating up former champions in the gym, and he's doing this, he's doing that. Jake Paul ain't doing shit. They're probably going to do a rematch. Look, Jake Paul's in the vicinity of Tommy Fury. He was competing with him, but he was getting outboxed for the most part. Okay? That's just that. And he landed his big shots, and nothing happened. All right? Landing the big shot becomes less and less of a thing as the skill level goes up, right? So, I don't know. I don't even know Jake Paul's going to stick around still. I know a lot of people are still capping. A lot of people were, you dudes were licking your chops. You were licking your chops for this one. You were ready to do. You were ready. I know you were. You were gonna do videos. I see. Now he beat a real. Like, you guys call yourselves boxing fans. You know the way prospects are brought up, and you were ready just to legitimize this motherfucker. You were ready to mock the entity of boxing just to legitimize this motherfucker, right? Oh, now that he beat a real boxer, what are y'all gonna say now? Like, you know what I mean? Well, now that he fought a real boxer, what are you gonna fucking say? Okay? What are you going to say? And I don't even think Fury's that... Honestly, I don't think Tommy's that good. It's not that Tommy's good. It's that this motherfucker hadn't fought anybody. So that's why, like, he was having trouble with the jab. It was having, like... He just didn't know what the fuck to do. It is what it is. Other than try to look for a big Hail Mary shot. He landed a good one a couple times, but obviously it wasn't enough. So if he couldn't even land a big shot on Tommy Fury... and he looked gassed in an 8-rounder, what makes you think he's ever going to be in a top-level fight? What makes you think he could win there, even with an old Carl Froch, and fuck with him? Well, what makes you think that? I'm just saying. This is D-Style. I'm out. Stop the cap.